College basketball's March Madness starts next week, and it's almost time to fill out your brackets. In January, billionaire investor Warren Buffett and mortgage lender Quicken Loans offered $1 billion to anyone who picks a perfect bracket. The odds, 9.2 quintillion to 1.
Yeah.
Dan Gilbert is founder and chairman of Quicken Loans. He's also the majority owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Welcome.
Thank you. You know, when you put it that way, 9.2, whatever it is, quintillion, I wonder why we're paying Warren Buffett insurance. That's the real question.
Right,
So,
I know.
Yeah.
You're thinking you're going to keep your money.
So how did this come about?
Yeah.
You live in Omaha as well?
No, I live in Detroit,
Okay,
actually.
right.
So, you know, we were in Detroit. We were showing Warren Buffett downtown and all the great things that are happening in Detroit and giving him a tour. And on the way out, he sort of did that Columbo routine. And, you know, he says, oh, I got one more question for you. He goes, you know, I got this idea. I want to insure $1 billion giveaway. And maybe one of your companies wants to get involved. And so we talked about it with the Quicken Loans people, and we said, this sounds great. Let's do it.
So to win the $1 billion, you have to have the perfect.
Correct.
You have to pick every game right.
Yeah, 63 games, although it's not quite 9.2 quintillion, because that's if you flipped a coin 63 times and had to call it. Obviously, the 16 seed, you know, never really loses or hasn't lost to the number 1 seed. So there's some knowledge. It'll bring you back down into the billions, which I think improves your chances. But we are giving away $100,000, not gifts, but awards to the top 20 brackets, period. So $2 million's been given away, and then we're giving a couple million to the cities of Cleveland and Detroit for education and all that as part of this.
Warren Buffett says that if somebody wins, he will go to the game with them, and he will have a check in his pocket to give to the winner. You're going too, I'll bet.
Oh, well, yeah, we'll be there for sure.
So, Dan, I was looking you up online, and you have this list called 27 things you've learned in 27 years. One of them is appreciate everything. So I'm wondering, what appreciation do you have for Lebron James? That's the question everybody wants to know.
You know, I wish I could talk about that, but, you know, based on the collective bargaining agreement that all the owners sign, and based on, you know, I know David Stern's not there anymore, but Adam Silver's just as tough. So I can't get fined. So
okay, but you could say this. If the opportunity presented itself for LeBron James to come back to Cleveland, that the two of you, because it was a very sort of nasty breakup, if you will, and both of you said some things about the other. If the opportunity presented itself, would you take him back?
You know, again, even those hypothetical questions, they give us this put us under the light. You know, and say you'd only be a $1 billion fine, by the way.
All right.
So,
okay. Okay. All right.
I wanted to ask you about Detroit.
That's exactly what I
Sure.
Because what a fabulous piece on 60 Minutes that you were part of, and what's changing about Detroit. We just, of course, had the bankruptcy ruling there. What is next for Detroit?
Well, Detroit is really one of the most interesting places in the world right now. You know, you've got all this media worldwide about Detroit and the bankruptcy and everything that's happened there. But, you know, if you get to Detroit and look around, I mean, you're feeling optimism. You're feeling hope. You're feeling like you're looking at a technology scene that is really, really coming along. There's startup businesses down there. You can't find an apartment in downtown or midtown because it's 100% occupancy. So there's developers that are coming in. I'm actually on a blight task force, so we're going to hopefully get rid of all the blight in Detroit over the next 3 to 4 years, completely gone, working with the federal government, the state, the city, and everybody. So, you know, it's sort of this bankruptcy thing. You know, it really took away the uncertainty. The problem with investors, the number one fear, as you probably all know, is uncertainty. And when you finally file bankruptcy, sort of like Chrysler and GM did a few years ago, and get it out of the way, now you're off to the races.
To face the reality.
Yeah, I think Detroit's going to be a special place.
Is that a Detroit watch?
Yeah, it actually is. You know, that Shinola company, that guys from Texas came to Detroit and opened up a watch company and a bike company called Shinola. I don't want to say their slogan on the air. I'll get in trouble. You can imagine. So,
we know the slogan. You say building anything great is messy. Does that apply to Detroit?
Absolutely. There's no question. We always said that. We said if, you know, you go to a construction site, it's messy, right? You go to an art studio, it's messy. A surgery, an operating room is messy when you're having surgery. So we always try to tell our people, and we got 12,000 of them downtown Detroit now. We moved everybody down there. That anything great, building anything great, it's going to be messy while you're building.
Well, you're showing a lot of love for Detroit. I know they appreciate that. And one answer, who's going to win? March Madness.
Oh, March Madness.
Well, yeah, March Madness.
I mean, I'm a Michigan State guy and Tom Izzo, so I know they've had some injuries, but I got to back my alma mater there.
There you go. Thank you, Dan Gilbert.
Thank you, guys.
Good to have you here.